So
I
hello
won't.
there. I'm rewatching one of the bench members of the Bow. He is part of the team Vitality. He is stomping right now the solo queue of EU West. He came from Korea. I'm in here with Accept in here on the Discord call. Um, Basically
Hey
he's
guys.
first timing Pantheon. He's trying out Pantheon. I don't know if he's first timing, but he doesn't have too many games with Pantheon. So he's testing him out after buffs. How does the champion go, right? Um, we'll see if he's great after the jungle buffs, right? So in here not much happened. Let's look at his side, of course. Just the game starts slowly in here. So he laid the ward early on, he could sneak in a ward, and usually if you have some type of cover and you can afford it, then go for it, but if they have a really punishing champion like Blitzcrank, you maybe don't wanna risk it, right? Uh, this allows us to have vision where Diana starts, which is great because then us knowing where she pats, this allows her to counter gank or to gank any lanes because her patting is just pretty much obvious. So he does not
Yeah.
receive a leash actually. I don't know how does the leash looks like. I think he's just gonna 5 camp. In here he did a slight micro mistake, right? So you should ban auto attack and 10 like you again, you know. Should stack up before you go for your second Q because it won't be on rotation. So in here he autos, really good autos, right? But in here he shouldn't Q. He should auto again and then Q. And that actually makes his clear speed faster. But if he does if he does it reverse, it's worse, you know. Because you need to get more value out of an empowered Q. It's not good to sit on 5 stack
Yeah.
passive, you know.
You can see his first timing showing. Like.
Oh, he missed the autos. I guess it's fine. The autos,
Yeah.
he's...
Stuffing.
I mean, QCs, yeah. Just correct the order. QE, yeah. And even in here he wanna... Yeah, in here he does it correctly though. I think he learned out of his mistake. Yeah. So most likely he can 5 camp as Pantheon. I tried like to full clear, but it never worked out. I tried it so many ways, but it just doesn't work out. So he's looking to actually... yeah, so now his consideration is to level 3, right? His consideration is to level 3 because right now the wave, the Gangplank is slowly shoving into how's it called? Aloy. The only problem, Aloy has like really low amount of gank setup and he can W off Pantheon's W, then he can also blast a barrel on Pantheon, so it's kinda hard to collapse on the guy, plus Diana is patting upwards as well. So level 3ing like mid is kinda bad as well because of the walls that he gets, right? If she's level 3 she won't usually use her E against Cillian, so I don't know, it feels to be a really weird patting from my opinion, right? Like it doesn't seem to be consistent enough, you know. And then soon Gangplank would just ward. Because like invading, like is invading a thing? The problem with Pantheon, he gets a bit low in general on HP. So he can't really spare his might for a... Can he spare? Maybe he can spare it, let's see. So does he have even enough time to...
Not
No,
at
I
this
don't
time.
I don't feel like, yeah, that's what I was
Looks
thinking
like he's learning, I guess.
yeah,
or
like
something.
Diana is clearing too quickly with a double leash. I was like, it's not realistic, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like from my memory, I know that it's not possible, you know.
Maybe if he got a leash and he didn't mess up the first
Yeah,
Q.
it was extremely well played from Diana to avoid like a Krug invade, right? And also to, I think he's hovering because I think she kinda knows that Pantheon is topside, so she wants to kinda like counter gank this possible gank from Pantheon, but he's just trying to go for an invade, right?
Yeah.
That's why like big wave stacks up, right? And now like obviously Pantheon wants to collapse from Diana's logic. Pantheon wants to collapse on Gangplank because he's playing really aggressively. So that's what, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Wow.
Yeah.
I wonder. He doesn't even like. It's obvious to him where the Diana is, because after you see the
Yeah.
Krugs are up, you know where Diana is. But then he doesn't ping the top laner.
Yeah, he could not
He
actually ping it.
he
Follow
doesn't
full
care at
ping.
all. Like this guy, he never pings. He rarely pings. He just
Yeah.
solo carries the game by himself. But maybe that's a mistake to
I mean,
not
it's a
ping.
bit of a communication issue, you know? Like,
Yeah.
like anybody could ping it and he had the most space to do it because what was he doing? He was walking, you know? So like in some aspects you can be better than a challenger player, but some players really refuse to communicate like overall, you know? So
Yeah,
that's like one
he
thing.
shows that kind of stuff. He
Like maybe
just
he
does
was chilling,
by
maybe,
himself.
yeah, maybe he was first time chilling with Pantheon, you know?
Yeah.
But this guy could ban like battle as well. So. Like he could ban flash outwards, I don't know. Because like I feel like this seems to be also a bit inconsistent from my opinion. Because if he doesn't get the
You think
yeah.
so?
Yeah, like I'm pretty much sure Gangplank could flash away there, no? He could even place down a barrel in here, you know? So like in here Pantheon W's, he doesn't place around flash hooks. And doesn't he have
Mhm.
W? Like Gangplank has no W. I mean,
Ah,
can Aloy do something? She has no flash, she made her W. Can she do something? Maybe. Or, yeah, it's a bit niche, right?
yeah, it's a
Since,
bit weird. Yeah, I agree.
since
It's
Gangplank
difficult.
had no W, right? So I guess like Gangplank would also just walk away from my opinion, no?
You
Oh,
can, if you can buffer, you can flash so that you're stunned, but
yeah.
you're, do
Yeah,
you
you
know what I
can do
mean?
that
Like,
as well, yeah. But I feel like placing down a barrel is something. But I think his Rika was a bit greedy, and I guess that's what he tried to punish. But did he exactly know by chance? Maybe he knew. Maybe he knew because yeah. Oh yeah, he was actually playing out really smartly. Look, so he actually saw with his eyes Gangplank had no W, right? And he saw that most likely he went into this bush, right? So he actually played it out really well, right? Yeah. He knew where the
oh, wow.
Gangplank is positioning with no W, right? Couldn't he jump in here or no vision? No vision. He missed one also accidentally.
Oh wow, and he baits the Diana to fight as well
Yeah.
because the Alawi TP was coming. Wow, okay, so
Yeah.
that's interesting.
Now does the guy die or no? It's a 1-for-1. Maybe? No. Or maybe? Oh my god, no way she goes into...
Ooh, unlucky.
No, no. Yeah,
She
that's what I
ignite.
was expecting, yeah.
Oh, she doesn't. Well, in
She
my
didn't have
opinion,
flash, she
though,
didn't have
if
flash,
it
you know.
if it was just this 1-for-1, like probably favors Pantheon because he gets to use his gold better because of his champion early, and then
Does it really? Because the thing is like,
because he
yes.
has more agency.
So is the thing, it's true that his Q deals lots of damage to monsters right now with more AD, but Diana also gets AP, and her clear also gets to be
Yeah,
stronger, so I guess she has before
Diana
6.
has trouble ganking though,
Yeah,
and to like have impact, I
yeah,
think
without red it's a bit
maybe
harder, right? But she has red though.
maybe Pantheon's a bit more scary with
Yeah.
this Dirk than Diana is with like a
Yeah, but he has
blasting
no
one.
dirt. He has no dirt.
Oh, that's unlucky.
Yeah.
Do you have Future's Market this game?
I don't like how he pads into like a Zeri when he's warding. I feel like he could just like wrap around now.
I think isn't she in the one-shot threshold of his Q?
Maybe she is if he flashes on Pantheon.
25%.
But he has no flash on Pantheon, right?
You can click on him to
Yeah, I think Pantheon had no
no.
flash in here, you know.
You could
So,
just click on. Yeah, yeah. He doesn't have flash.
so like I think he could ban flash away. Because obviously Pantheon has more movement speed than he does, no? So I think if he flashes away, I don't think so there is value out of this, no? I think he just didn't bother to flash. Oh, he flashed when the... Yeah.
Hmm.
But I think she could ban play it out more smoothly, no? The idea was like getting a flash out, you know?
Yeah.
I think this was just a flash bait anyways. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So he
Yeah, like I
takes.
think like jungle tracking is like one of the aspects, you know, that like players have to learn. Because even Aloy fall a little bit off with jungle tracking, right? Same as the enemy
Yeah.
mid laner. Like this is like the difference between like pro play and solo queue, you know?
Yeah.
Because in pro play, I feel like you wouldn't go for these plays, you know?
Definitely.
Like I feel like it would be really inconsistent. At least he wouldn't pick first time
He,
Pantheon, right?
he is going for a lot of inconsistent plays, but
So now he's picking up the
it seemed to
Scuttle.
be working.
Yeah, now he's picking up the Scuttle. So he's looking for like a top gank angle, I assume. Not hard to gank, right?
Yeah.
So he wraps around in case this is warded, right? Ali even pings this warded, or no, the enemy. The enemy,
I don't think it's smart to challenge a Diana with the item difference that they have.
I mean, it's a Pantheon though, like it's an AD bruiser versus AP one.
But this is what I meant when I said like the gold.
Yeah, they play around the Zilean too, yeah. They played extreme, yeah.
Oh, unlucky.
Get the Gangplank cross map as well, didn't expect actually. Yeah, I mean that felt kind of forced, you know. The Gangplank ult itself, right? Zeri's hovering, right? Mm. Okay.
But I think he's doing his job to some extent. He's making the game hectic and isn't letting Diana just power farm. But sometimes
Yeah,
it's letting him get a lot
yeah. I
of
think if
kills,
it
which is.
doesn't go for some place, it also kind of sucks, right? Because they have Soraka. Don't feel like there is a good way to engage. Because Aloy is shit on engaging, even if she speeded up, right? Then Pantheon is a weak frontliner, so I think he has to go for some type of place because it feels like they're gonna dominate mid late game, you know. That's how I see it.
Definitely.
Like we have a severe, but we have two supports.
Yeah, very low
Like
range,
Aloy is
only.
always like a bad ref, you know. Because like early game she loses hard into Gangplank, you know, usually they lose. Then late game they can do enough because Gangplank can barrel poke her, you know, even on the side lane. So
Yeah.
like good Gangplank players are really good at sidestepping. So Aloy is just one of those bad picks in higher ranks. That's how I see it. So now he has a control ward in hits. But I think the gank angle is a bit bad because as Pantheon, as soon as you show up, you're not in W range. Like the angle
I
would
guess debating the level
maybe.
6 fight since Civ
Yeah,
is level 5, but
we
she
got
just
the
runs
flash.
away.
Yeah, we got the flash. That's good. The angle seemed to be a bit bad, but yeah, we got her flash because of the Karma W, right? Yeah, I guess she like I say used to re or something before. That's why Karma W. Yeah. Okay. So Inir is farming for 6 basically, you know, so he can get an ultimate gank off, which is like great. Because that's the point where he comes more so online, you know.
Yeah.
So
I'm surprised how he turns this around.
yeah, so now, I mean, after 6, you know, like it's like Nocturne, you know, like before 6. Well, not like Nocturne, but similar, you know. Like after 6
Yep.
it's easier. In general it's easier to gank, you know, so it's one of those junglers that becomes more so online after 6. Same as like Nocturne does. Maybe you can get some W ganks off, that's true, but after 6 it's way easier.
Yeah.
So also, yeah, good
I
top
agree
lane
with
kill
not
this.
pathing downwards, because if he was down there, it's like they're
Yeah.
just much stronger than him as a 3v3, so he's looking for some plays mid-top.
Yeah, now he's not doing Herald because mid is missing, top is missing, and most likely they will ward it because Diana is both sides, so they will think Pantheon is doing it, so I think he's better
Yeah.
looking for a, how's it called, Raptor. Because
Yeah.
most
He
likely
seems
Gangplank
to
warded.
always value enemy camps and then heralds, and then he values dragons the least, it
Yeah,
seems like.
but
The
this
cat.
dragon is kinda insane actually. Like in the early game it's really insane, even now it's really good. The healing is
Yeah.
actually really good. Because now poking is really hard, you know.
And the enemy has way higher range than his team.
Is it ever Wing better than like Qing? I feel like Empower Q is always better, no? 184, 60, 224 plus 161. I think W actually does more, no?
I don't know about the empowered W on
Yeah, because like 3 autos, you know, 3 autos deal 168, you know? And an empowered Q deals 161 only. So it should be actually more.
He's on a lot of gold now. I would assume he'd not want any fight, and he'd like to
No, he's
recall, I
looking to
guess.
ult, you know? He's looking to ult, because possibly Diana is
Ah, because
hovering.
Tom's
Yeah,
flanking, I
so
see it.
like he could also like walk, you know, he don't have to ult. So most likely he's looking either to ult top or he's
Oh
probably
no.
gonna cover. Because Diana is looking to one-shot him, you know?
I don't know, I don't think, because Dinah's pretty strong, and he has a lot of gold. Yeah, it's much better to reset.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, sure. Ooh, the Soraka rotation. Yeah, Soraka rotation, nice
Sure.
to know. But the Soraka rotation gave us like what? 2 plates? Something like that? We have 3 plates in total. Maybe we denied like, they denied like some waves, right? Some degree.
Kind of, yeah.
I mean, look at the CS difference, right? Oh yeah, she's getting bullied though, like Soraka rotated for 1 assist, but this is value. This is like great value, look yeah. Like she can't really see us, she can't really protect the plate, so it's also like great. So now he's picking up something, let's see what did he do, he ulted, right? He caught the Seri, right? He caught the Seri.
So he
So,
knows she has no flash,
yeah,
and he must have seen her use E or
yeah.
something.
So I think he was really counting on the cooldown then, I think.
The Soraka's really annoying.
Yeah.
And I guess he has to fly.
Yeah. Like Soraka still feels to be strong, even after nerfs, you know, because it's so hard to focus her out when she positions in the backline. So it's still kind of a strong champion, you know, when it's like
Yeah.
paired with these strong damage output champs that value like more like heal, you know, that they can even push out even more damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got definitely a good ult off, right?
The
He went for
Diana is very, very
Goredrinker.
scary though.
Yeah, he went for Goredrinker also. It's weird because, I mean, it's a bit weird because I feel like in teamfights you're only gonna get one Goredrinker proc, no? Just because like maybe two from Gangplank Diana, but it feels like
I think with his
Gangplank,
E, he might be able to get another because just a
yeah.
lot of damage. Might.
Yeah, I say like one Goredrinker proc on one person, you know, that's how I see Goredrinker, you know? So like usually like the best Pantheon spear shot, he always goes Divine, you know? Right now Divine is even better against squishes and they only have squishes, you know? Diana doesn't even go Soundfire, so I feel like Divine might actually be better, that's what like the best Pantheon goes for. But he goes for it on top lane, not in the jungle. But it still provides more DPS in long term, so there is something into it, right? I think the trade-off is that you don't get as much cooldown from the mythic passive, then you don't have AoE healing from the vampire,
It
yes,
doesn't
but
trade clear and
yeah,
stuff.
but the general healing is more, you know, from Divine and the DPS as well.
Yep.
So I don't know. I feel like
The
Divine
passive
is a
is
bit
also a
better.
lot better.
Yeah, I feel like Divine is a bit better, you know.
Yeah.
Like he will go Blade of the King second or what? He will go anti-heal is not bad, but Black Cleaver is also great, or what do we wanna go? Let's see. Ma? They have how much? 2 AP, Kaisa
I
2
agree with
AP,
it.
Soraka.
Diana's head enough.
Like Ma is fine, right? Because Diana is really strong, eh?
Mm-hmm.
The annoying thing about Diana, because she has two dashes and she dashes behind Pantheon, his E does not provide much, you know. So people are gonna think that his E gonna protect off her ult, it won't. So like at best you can maybe like E off for QE, but if he Qs then holds into her E, you might just waste your E on Pantheon, you know. So it can be played around. So he picked up a kill. Let's see this again. So he ults in basically. Yep. Catches the Soraka, really good, great. Really good fast combo from his
He knows
part.
his damage really well, yeah.
Keep going. W's, let's see. Ah, it's
I didn't
unfortunate.
know Pantheon was this strong though.
I mean now he got buffed, you know, like he got buffed in all sorts of ways. I think so far the champion didn't really receive a nerf, you know, he got mostly buffed through the patches.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think like partially he got mob because he could buy it and you know they have like so much AP damage, so like he needs more protection. You know, he needs more protection than Wardenker in general. Oh, that hurts.
Quite strong item as well.
Yeah, couldn't he kill that or didn't he have the shot? Maybe he didn't have it. I think the idea behind like Gordrinker is that you're gonna get like more cooldown items, you know, so he reduces the Gordrinker cooldown perhaps. Couldn't he kill in here or maybe he didn't have it? Wait, me? What? Wait, it looked like it hits, no? Did you see that thing?
Yeah.
Wait, yeah, maybe he's victim of a bug, right? No, wait, that is it. What?
Is that his Q for sure?
Yeah, like...
Can you click on Pan?
He literally use it
He
now.
can't have casted it.
That's,
He can't. It's been on cooldown for a while.
No. It has a short cooldown because he has 5.44, and the cooldown is getting
Okay.
reduced by 60% when he goes for a short Q. You know, if he holds into it, then it's longer. You know, but I think he's a
Wow,
victim
that's
of
really
a bug.
strange and unlucky. Wow.
Yeah, I think he's a victim. 100% he's a victim of a bug actually. There's no way that Q doesn't hit there. Like it was legit inside Kaisa, so there's no way that doesn't hit. Like the width of the Q got reduced, but not the length. And this Like we can see it with our
It's
eyes.
literally on top of her character model. That
Yeah, yeah, that would kill. No, that would most likely kill.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think he's a victim of a bug. Yeah.
or perhaps Soraka got healed her like the
No, but it
exact
didn't
amount of
look
damage.
like. It didn't look like, you know. I feel like it's just a
Can,
bug.
can maybe look at Soraka, see if she W'd when that happened.
Maybe there is a board where she W'd. Let's see.
But it looks like it just didn't do any damage. Click on Soraka.
No, she didn't. Because it was a
Oh, she didn't
cooldown.
even have an out.
Yeah, like there's no way. Because
It's a-
it looks like it does not deal damage, you know? Because before she queued, she had the same HP, you know?
Yeah.
She actually had the same, it didn't. Yeah.
It doesn't move. Yeah, health
Like,
doesn't move
the
at all.
hitbox didn't like trigger on, you know, like, it didn't like sound like that it hits, you know?
Yeah.
So he's building Black River, most likely Sherilla's Guard, something like that, anti-heal, not bad, right? Pantheon has like inbuilt 20% armor pen from his build. That's like also great from his champion, right? 20% when you have level 11, of course, at like level 6 ult, then you have only 10, right? But it progressively gets higher and higher. Yes, this is gone. Or maybe he went Gold Drinker for more cooldown, for more rotations of ultimate, so like that's like one of the ideas, right? It just feels like they have like bad Gold Drinker targets, you know? Because like it's hard to get like a multi-target, except if he like ults in, you know, or W's in somehow, but in general it's hard to get
Only
like...
really Diana. Like, it's gonna be hard for anyone else.
Yeah. So maybe in the jungle it's a bit better to go Gold Drinker, I'm not sure, but Divine Thunderer is like the meta on top, you know? So, I don't know. I feel like its Divine is better, you know?
Maybe the Iron Spike Whip component is
I mean,
very valuable.
Guess to provide something, right? Okay, so he's getting his anti-heal. I mean, definitely nobody has anti-heal. They have a really big chunk of healings in general, right? So I would just definitely go for them. He's really like bruiser, you know, like he doesn't really die. Does he commit? Oh, he does. Like even if he's a bit tanky, you know, he still has like a good chunk of damage, you know? Yeah. Definitely does have a good chunk of damage. Oh, oh my god. Yeah. Oh my god. Is that work? Yeah. Oh wait, he picked up the okay. Picked up the Saraka.
He's holding his red smite for the something.
I don't know. For Unforge. I mean, you have double enchanter, so it's really easy for him to get a W off, and a lot of them are vulnerable to his W, so I guess that's like good, you know? I've never seen Ozeri Leon this actually. Feels like such a counterproductive item as well.
I've never seen that either.
Yeah, like there are no real tanks, right? I don't know how to feel about it, honestly. Like her Q doesn't actually trigger Leandri, you know, that's the problem.
Seems troll.
Him is a bit trolling. Now he's looking for picks, like ever since he has like really high cooldown build, you know, he has how much cooldown? Do we know it? When he gets like 20, 14, 20, 34...
You can click on the arrow shot.
Where? Oh, it's here actually.
Yeah, 99 haze. Ability haze. 50%
Yeah,
cooldown
it's
reduction.
basically like he has his Q on every, how much? So like every less than 2 seconds, because it's reduced by 60%. So basically it means that he has it like, it's almost like a Yasuo Q, which does not deal equal damage, but when he has it empowered, or when he crits, then it does, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it has an extremely long, short cooldown. In general, his abilities have a short cooldown with his build, right? It makes him really good sticky. The Bruiser build feels to be like really good in these games where they have a lot of burst damage, and in here they have a lot of burst damage, right? So I think he valued more like, instead of going like Eclipse Blade of the Ranking, I think he valued like more Bruiser stats, tankiness with some damage instead of like high burst damage, you know?
Yeah, I guess
Because like it's
gives his
hard to
team.
one shot, you know. From Soraka it's hard to one shot, so if you're squishy or dead, you know. I think that's the
Yeah.
idea. Plus Diana is like a bad one shot target if she has Danye. I mean Zeri can E away, you know, if she positions. Gangplank can maybe W off his W barrel away, you know. So they have disengage, which simply means to me that it's hard to like get enough value out of your all in, you know, if you go like full damage.
Very easy to.
Yeah.
Like, while he was building, Diana was already strong, so I guess it was.
Yeah, I think fighting was a bit bad, you know, from their side, because obviously Aloy was splitting, you know, so I think if we go tiny bit back in the time in here, Aloy is splitting, nobody's responding to it, everybody's hovering mid, so before everybody dies, you know, wait. So in here there was
Isn't this
like no,
after?
yeah,
Right.
so like Aloy is soon splitting, right, Drake is soon coming. I don't feel like there was like a real reason to fight, because the problem is it's bad to fight in the fog of war against Zeri and like the Gangplank, right? Like in general, right? Now Diana showed up, right? Diana is here, but like following these two champions in the jungle feels to be really bad, you know? Like the Zeri and the Gangplank, because you could be blasted anytime with zero vision.
Yeah,
Like,
and the Soraka
so even in
silent.
here they could choose to disengage, you know? Because like it feels to be really, yeah. Like Diana has a really well-timed ultimate cancel the Pantheon W, extremely well played from Diana's part actually. Yeah, it was really well played. Problem is like Aloy has Hullbreaker and I don't know, feels to be bad in these ranks. Like in pro play it's bad, and in really high ranks I feel like it's bad as well, you know. Because then you always get perma collapsed on and you're always useless in team fights with that item, you know.
Yeah. Split pushing doesn't mean you have to go
as
Hullbreaker.
behind she doesn't really win side lane, you know.
Yeah.
So Hullbreaker makes you even worse, I guess. But then Hullbreaker is the only thing that kinda holds your champion together, because team fights you would lose anyway, so... But Hullbreaker first item is bad in these days, you know, because it's nerfed if you rush it, you know. So it's, I don't know. Feels like it's just bad either ways, you know. You know, one thing would be
He's trying to
interesting.
force a dragon here and pushes the enemy off.
One thing could be interesting if they legit like rework like Pantheon screen to like something like Yasuo's queue, you know.
That would be strange.
Yeah, execute this. Oh. I mean, basically even with the execute you can probably, no? You can probably like secure an objective even with an auto queue. If it executes right. What emphasis is
Oh, he's going really deep here. Okay.
so he commits no commitment to win here at all, and then really good, he has a really good value, and we still managed to get collected. So like I think the issue was there, like he couldn't like auto the Gangplank barrel, right? Then here he kills him really great, and I think the main issue was like he took the auto, which is like fine, but is he felt to be a bit bad? No? He only got like one auto attack off from that, no? So in here he didn't manage to like destroy it. Did he try it or did he auto Gangplank? I think he auto Gangplank. Or he killed it. Oh, that's random, yeah. The problem is now it's a bit bad to not destroy his barrels, because if he destroys his barrels Gangplank, he gets a more empowered passive because it got buffed, you know, it scales with crit. So you got to destroy those barrels, because now they are even more punishing, you know. Like the barrels itself deals a lot of damage, but the passive right now deals way more, right? So it's really just not it, you know, if you don't destroy it.
Yeah.
This didn't
Definitely
execute.
misplay.
Wait, did he like... What happened to his Q? Wait. Maybe again his Q dealt no damage. I think something happened. Yeah, I think something happened to his Q because it looked like it dealt no damage.
And slow motion towards the end.
I feel like it dealt
And
no damage.
click on Pantheon.
I think in here it missed maybe, no?
Or maybe he oranged at the moment he queued. Click on Gangplank maybe?
Well, I think he queued. And I think it looked like it dealt no damage, look.
Yeah.
Or did
Oh,
it?
it did. Just a very tiny amount. I
Bomb
think because
plating.
his orange just came off cooldown, so
Yeah, maybe he bomb plating then, yeah.
yeah.
It's just like weird, but it dealt no damage visually, you know? Yeah.
I think it's because GP ate an orange at that moment.
Yeah, maybe he exactly timed it, you know. How
So
much does this orangey one? 70 plus 13 of your missing HP, so it's like 200, 300. Yeah. But I'm not sure if it's a victim of a bug. I wanna like rewatch it one more
the
time.
first one definitely was. It was strange. This one, I think.
Like in
GP
here, I
just
think he
orange.
missed it. Did he miss it?
No, this lands.
But this does not deal damage, look.
It does, it does.
It didn't.
Play it.
Oh, wait, it did?
Okay.
What the fuck? Oh. Okay. So he oranges you see.
And then, yeah, if you click on
Oh yeah.
Gangplank.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, he couldn't do more than... I mean, I think the main issue was he didn't last with the barrel, you know, he didn't try it, he queued instead. And that's like the thing that mainly killed him, you know.
Yep. Misplay.
I mean, this cut had only 640. I don't know if it's worth on Pantheon when they already got this, no? I feel like instead of that he could get Dead Dance is great, right? What else? I mean, Dead Dance is good because of his E, right? But he could also go Black Cleave or something like that, right? For the team, for himself.
Not sure. No. So I know it's a very efficient item, Campunk, for the stats, but we're better
another
items
stats,
here
but the
maybe.
price got nerfed, you know. So it was really gold efficient, but it got nerfed by 200 gold, you know. So I don't know. I don't know if it's still worth. I mean, it didn't cut too much healing. That is. I think because he didn't fight Soraka. But the thing is, like, the other guy already got the anti-heal, you know, the support. But I guess it's good for picks, you know. If you ulting and Karma is not around. But then again, even when you ulting, Karma can heal, so it gives the anti-heal, but yeah.
Instantly wants the Baron when he finds the shutdown.
Yeah, because I think Pantheon can Q
Low
Smite.
cooldown with his ultimate.
Yeah, Pantheon can Q Smite, which is like really hard to be out Smite. It's like almost like no Q Smite, you know.
Yeah.
So basically right now Diana is mid lane, so he's not is Diana mid lane? Did I see correctly?
She might be.
Where's Diana?
She's that, yeah.
Oh, she's walking right now, right? Yeah, she's walking. I just didn't recognize it with my eyes because it's a skin, you know, for some reason I couldn't recognize it. Yeah, so like this will be gone before they arrive, that's why he's so confident in it, because his Q, as I said, 942 plus 420, something like that. He's also Baron Gate, so it's important to remember, right? But he got a really good Q to execute and smite, so that's hard to... Yeah, I think the issue is he's taking the Baron's case while he has like more damage than Aloy. So if Aloy took it, it would be less risky, but I guess it's fine. Yeah. Okay, so he commits to Q.
The crazy pick potential.
Yeah, it used to be a bad engage, you know? Because he kinda isolates himself from his team, and like there could be barrels from Gangplank. He already barreled, you know. I mean, God knows, right? He's only setting up now barrels. But like it's really bad to like take check as a whole team into a Gangplank, you know?
Yeah. He's holding off 3 people on his own now though, so...
Yeah, he got one kill.
Let team time to kill Diana. Oh. It might get cleaned up.
Yeah, I mean the problem is, like as I said, Aloy has no agency, can 2 supports, or I guess he goes AP, but that's kinda low damage, right? Like 2 supports are not that great in this game. Sivir is really good though, it's like a positive, right?
I guess they just win through just picks then, because how else?
I mean, team fights are not all that great, are they? Because Zeri has insane range compared to like Sivir, right? But Sivir has the ult for the speed to catch up, right? But Sivir like bounces a lot of W's, you know, at this point. I think there's some ups and downs, right? Like we have a Zillion ult, no? And we have like good disengage and re-engage, right? That's like one thing. But Diana has ult in team fights, which is also awkward. Gangplank ult, battle side, Zeri ult, W's, right? I mean, take up damage. I don't know what was he doing. Pantheon ult, maybe he wanted to give him some speed.
He's really desperate for picks here, I guess.
Yeah, in there he forgot to reactivate his E, so basically he only gets speed from his E when he reactivates it. Before it doesn't, so if he reactivated it he could walk through the Soraka, you know. So in here he is,
Okay.
but as soon as he is, oh maybe he was silenced, he couldn't, or... Okay. I guess he was silenced then.
He's just frontlining all the time and just threatening with stun.
Yeah.
Because they do have good follow-up damage if he lands the stun. But they shouldn't really win team fights if you, like...
Yeah, I mean he has his E, like if he commits to one squishy, you know, he has his E against the range comps, you know. Against the range guys. So like I think Pantheon is not that, I guess it's a decent pick this game, because it counters like most of them, you know. In some way. And his W always like
and Karma, I think, speeding him up, so it's very strong pick.
Yeah, like it always threatens them in some form of volume, so...
Like the Diana and the Gangplank and the Zeri are struggling to get their damage off in these fights. And I think it's because he's always threatening. He's not letting him.
Oh, he does a lot. Does he work?
Wow. Wow. That's actually such a great play.
He's taking a lot, you know. Like Zilli and Hubbard on the other side of the wall, I think that's why he committed, right?
Yeah, and I guess this is the power of...
Just think about it. Diana ulted for him, Zeri ulted him, this guy ulted him. So like so many ultimates were given up just for a Zilli. So he hold, right? He waited for Zillian with his E, with his tankiness, right? Gordringer, he would hold a little bit and Zillian ults. And because they wasted so many like resources on the Pantheon, they're gonna be revived. Yeah, I think people committed too many like sources into someone that's gonna get revived, which is like a big fuck you button from you know.
Yeah.
Like Zillian kinda saved the game. Can say it that way.
Yeah.
It was a big play from Zillian from Pantheon, right? So I think that was really like a conscious decision probably from Pantheon to simply like commit, bait out like most of the ults, right? Because he can holster with his E, with his tankiness, Gordon currently Zillian ults him, right? It was a bit early though what he did, because Zillian wasn't in the best position, you know, it was kinda like a clutch Zillian ult, right? Then he Gordon it, you know.
He was barely in range and then...
Yeah, it was a bit early, but I think it worked out well. So like that's how he's winning, you know, when playing around his like teammates, right? Like when Diana has no ultimate, Sivir is allowed to step up, same as the backline, you know. When Diana has ult, when Zeri has ult, it's harder, you know. Same as Kai'Sa's.
Timing proficiency is really,
like Kai'Sa's
really
ult
good.
can also be like dangerous, you know. So that's like one thing. Is farming towards his level 16, really good level for him because he gets 10 more armor penetration rate and also less cooldown on damage. Like decent level for Pantheon. And again the enemy team is scaling as well with the Zeri pick with the... I mean Zeri has a bit of a weird build in here, doesn't even heal enough. So he does 1644 with the burn damage, Delta champion, and the bonus damage 751. 590. I don't know how to feel about this build, honestly.
I disagree with that. I think the Ludens one is just better if she's
maybe Ludens with Rabadon would be better than Shadow Flame itself, because like shields they don't have much, so it might just be better to burst. Right?
I mean they do have some shields.
I mean with that build your point is to one shot, right? I think the idea behind the build he can't one shot because of the Pantheon can be one shotted. Basically Karma has too much speed. Zillian has ult, Aloy is not one-shottable, so maybe his thought process was like more rotations of... Yeah, more rotations of W's with Liandi would be better, but feel like he's just like a bad Leandry user, because the only way you stop Leandry is on your ult and your W, your Q and E never stops it. So it's not like you can perma, basically you can perma hold Leandry on people.
Not
So,
getting as much value.
yeah.
I, I'd rather have a very threatening W and like less burn damage utility.
I mean, you still poke, like, okay, you don't one shot, but if you hurt really hard with your W, it forces a recall, you know, so it's not necessarily bad just because you can't one shot.
A lot harder for Pan to do these forcing plays into
Yeah.
enemy like vision, where if she just lands one decent W, it can stop the play entirely.
I mean, just think about it, the Ludens provides a bit of a mobility, which I'm not sure, but does like the Ludens cooldown get affected by her ult auto attacks? I don't know. But here's the thing, the mobility is quite good on Zeri anyways from Ludens, that's like one thing I can think of.
Not sure. Yeah.
She brought Ludens, like decent, right? Then here we are back to the Pantheon, of course. Now he's just simply recalled. He brought some items, of course. Okay, so you all seen he commits. Let's see what he does.
Okay. That was the Soraka he was going for, right?
Yeah.
Always looking to pick the Soraka.
Yes, he's playing with so much confidence in. Oh my god, you saw that. That was extremely well played. You saw that. That was extremely well played on his part, right? The blast comp proc. So he commits into this type of things because he knows he has the Karma follow-up, the Zillion follow-up, right? So he's actually not afraid to do this because of the speed he gains, right? So in here he's really tanky, you know, that's like one of the things. And he has like the follow-up, right? And Gangplank is both sides, so all the stars lined up for us to look for and engage. The only problem is we don't have our E. But I guess Zillion hovers and we have heals, so... And look, in here, he instead of autoing her over and over, it was really smart played from his part to auto the blast
Push
cone.
the away and push
look,
the Diana.
yeah, that would be like the escape pattern and also like this zone stem, right? So that's like kinda like, he wins off like a blast cone actually in here, right? The blast cone was really, like he moved forward instead of autoing, right? So the blast cone usage kinda... Oh well, okay, what the fuck. I think Zillion positioned a bit badly. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, this is, so basically this only happened because Zillion overstepped, you know, and Diana could dash out on him, you know, because the guy had no flash, so basically he would be in the grasp of the Pantheon, you know, because his W is shortly coming up, you know, this has no cooldown basically, because of his cooldown build, right, so he's extremely sticky, so that gave him an escape, because 4 people were actually, even Aloy missed her E and his Q, right? Sivir missed her Q. So like this kinda gave an escape pattern, which I suppose like this Leon didn't really like consider.
And this Sivir is like the backbone. The Zillion is like the backbone.
You know, like the awkward thing is he can go deeper because of the Gangplank ult, and Sivir has only like 500 auto range. So he actually can go deeper because no vision over Gangplank barrels, which he could set up shortly. So, and Zeri also outranges her, so it's, yeah. Like, how teamfights go with Sivir, you have to bounce your Ws, your auto attacks from the front line to the back line. And when your lethal tempo is on, then you can maybe touch the back line, but without it, you're just short ranged. So, like, through one Gangplank ult, you can just walk through,
Yeah.
So it just kinda makes it awkward.
Enemy will get Baron. Both teams will get inhibs. Looks like.
Yeah,
Still manages this game. It's surprising. I get looking at the enemy scaling it.
I mean, they are scaling, that's definitely true. Now one thing could be also interesting, like Spirit Visage maybe on Pantheon. Not sure if it's worth, right?
Can be because he has two enchanters basically, right?
Yeah,
I guess
that's
Zillion
what
isn't.
I was thinking. Yeah, but Zillion doesn't shield or heals, and I don't think so. Does it affect his ult? Does it affect his ult? I don't know. Now, I don't know, like this item feels to be a bit weird, you know? Yeah, like this item feels to be a bit weird, you know, on Pantheon. But I think it's for solo plays, you know? But then again, Karma can shield him before he ults, so I don't know. It just... Maybe it's worth the enemy team to play differently, I assume. Because like he has AoE abilities to apply to more people, so there is like something into it, right?
Yeah, maybe he's relying on his other teammates to do majority of the damage.
Oh, this looks like really bad. I think this type of positioning and this type of fights are kind of bad. Like how severe positions as well, because the problem is like staying so stagnated, like the terrain, right? You cut off your escape
Yeah.
because if Gangplank ults, you know, outer or inner, uh, you're zoned. And then the issue with that is that like you can't position like this, you know. It's like positioning
Yeah.
against Poppy because then we have to burn our flashes, you know. So I feel like the positioning is awkward because you can see like some of our teams are also like trying to disengage at this point. I don't know. Let's see how this goes out. But the positioning, like the Drake has to be pulled out, you know, like this, you
Dragon, I
know.
guess.
Yeah, the Drake has to be pulled out like this, you know. I feel like position nearby the dragon.
Oh wow, he gets hit as well.
Yeah, like there's no escape, you know? Like we have enchanters that give up speed, you know, to escape, but we can't escape through a wall, you know? Like I think like pulling the Drake would be more ideal, right?
Oh, so balance it out. They both make mistakes.
Red team quadra kill. Ace.
Coming up in like 2 seconds.
You can't underestimate Pantheon these days with this, you know.
I mean,
build
Pantheon's
and-
lane game is not that bad. The only problem is he's squishy. Slowly they're losing, you know? Slowly they're losing. That's a lot of card damage. 200. Trying to save the game, but... Oh, that's the many. We win this! Ah! Ah! Oh
Yeah.
my god. But he has this queue up every... It's like a Yasuo queue actually at this point, yeah. It's legit like a Yasuo queue. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he has to have so many items to like match up to a Yasuo queue. Right? Okay. Now what's the issue? They could maybe backdoor, but we have a lot of vision, right? It's kind of hard, right? Until people are missing, they probably won't bother. Karma
Yeah.
also sets up some form of vision. He doesn't. I guess he left the world. I don't know.
Guess he
Like-
feels as he has to end soon. No.
Yeah, he's so.
But
I mean, it's hard for them to backdoor, right?
bouncing, huh?
Maybe you're gonna force. See if you can. Yeah, I feel like War Rinker is good for the cooldown purposes, right? I guess it could be better in team fights than Divine itself. So I think that's like great. I think it's fine. I think it's fine.
You can use it to
like cooldown, yeah. The cooldown is great, right?
Yeah.
Cooldown is like really good, activatable, not bad, right? I'm not sure if it's better though. Like get like 7. It's still like
Debatable.
one thing that's like it's still like one thing that's questionable in me. Like maybe in jungle it's better because you're gonna play in skirmishes and team fights, so like you get multiple healing value out of Gold Rinker from multiple people, and maybe with this cooldown build you get more rotations of Gold Rinkers off because your death is delayed by your E, by your dead dance, right? By your tankiness, by Zilean or Karma. So AoE healing is more healing than on hit, right? If you can with multiple people, right?
Yep.
I guess for ult cooldown, right? Like I think his ult matters a lot, you know. So like basically there's more cooldown on it, which means that like I think DPS wise into a single target against a squishy champion it's better. But I think we have to be considerate of how many ults he gets off with Gold Rinker. In general, his abilities deal 20 more damage from Gold Rinker itself, right? Which Divine has 20 less, so that's like something to consider. I guess his AD scalings are quite high. Look, oh yeah, look at how high his AD scalings are, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, look how high his AD skill, yeah. I mean,
Yeah, the AD really matters, yeah.
the AD skills are really, really high actually. Right? Like one thing I'm thinking of, like this item is kinda good. The other DMS items, I don't know. But I guess you can't like
I
permanently
think
play
people
around Karma Evoke. I think that's the idea, right?
but yeah. Could be fixed with a communication issue by just telling Karma to build it before he invests in
Yeah, I mean,
anti-heal.
like for the first time game in 1500 LPG, like this was a good game, you know, for the first. Oh,
Definitely.
actually he played Pantheon before. Now I see. Okay, but he hasn't got like too much experience, you know, in general
It's
with the champ.
recent.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it is not like for someone that plays it like third times it, you know, in Challenger 1500 LP. That's like great, you know. It's like really
Yeah.
fucking good.
But yeah, I think it was a solid review, and his playstyle is really aggressive and interesting.
Played
How he
another
makes this
Pantheon
champion.
game, yeah. Also played like recently another Pantheon game, as I noticed, right? In here he wanted to go Frozen Heart. I think he's still like doing this, yeah. He's still going Goldwinker. Apparently he's doing well with Goldwinker. Now this game Goldwinker is a bit different, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
this strange Renekton build.
Like in lower ranks, like Blade of the Ruined King Rush sounds to be really carry. Then Eclipse or Ryomu's, right? Something like that.
Yeah,
Then that's like a really carry build, but I feel like this build is more consistent in higher ranks. Then again,
yeah,
it depends how. Like, if your W engage gets countered by something, then going full bursts kind of sucks. That's like the idea behind it. Yeah, he really likes Gordrinker every game. Huh? So apparently Pantheon has validity. It's still the issue with it that if people counter your engage in some form, then it can kind of suck. Can kind of suck,
pretty
yeah.
much.
Because then, like, without your E, you're just naked. So that's how it goes. He plays lots of AD carry
Gotta
apparently.
be really decisive. Can't
Yeah,
can't make bad engage this champion.
yeah, I mean, if he has so much success, you know, in 1000 LP Challenger with Pantheon 10, definitely has validity the pick, right?
Yeah. All right.